was shocked.
Shocked.
Yeah. Dad's Poe's a goose. He's not that Poe's a panda.
Yes, that is quite shocking, isn't
Wow.
it?
Like, wow. That's the starting point of the story of Kung Fu Panda 2, is it?
It is. That was a big question that we got after the first film. A lot of people were asking us that. And, that started off the springboard of what the sequel would be.
You started off from reaction of people? You started because people were saying, how come is this that? Or did you have decided before?
Partially, but it's also because of questions that were left for us, because we really overbuilt the world for the first film. It was a much vaster world than we ever could manage to fit into a single movie. And so there were questions that we as filmmakers had about what these characters were requiring us to ask. And so that's the springboard for a sequel.
Was it easy to get everybody back on board?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
They loved the first film. Their kids loved the first film. And so it was a great fun time to get everybody back for the second film.
There's one thing about this movie. When I was a kid, I learned about Asia, I learned about China, watching the Jackie Chan, the Bruce Lee movies. Do you feel that Kung Fu Panda is doing the same thing for the kids today?
I hope so, because it does take you somewhere that I believe a lot of people in the world have never seen. And also, it's not historical necessarily. It is a fictitious ancient China with animals doing kung fu. So it's not exact. It is fantasy, and it transports people to something that you would never be able to see in real life.
Yeah, it's of course a cartoon. It's of course kung fu talking animals, but this is you kind of have a respect for the culture. You kind of showing like a respect for the architecture, for the landscape, and everything. Is that something you were very careful to be put in the second one?
Very careful, because this is not a parody. It's a homage. It's a tribute, and everybody who works on it are fans of kung fu movies, and just the beauty of some of these places that we actually got to visit and research carefully. We just wanted to make it a beautiful, immersive place that you go to, and for that, you don't need to just, poke fun at something. That's not the kind of movie that it is. It's a beautiful place that you really want to go visit, and you want to meet these characters and feel what they're feeling.
So this time the bad guy is an evil peacock. It's not going to be easy to sell on NBC.
No, but he is crazy, crazy dangerous.
NBC.
Yeah. But what we wanted to do was, Tai Lung was basically the ultimate just fist-in-your-face kind of bad guy. And we wanted to go very different with the new bad guy, and that this is much more devious and faster and ultimately far more dangerous than Tai Lung ever was. He's a much bigger threat to Po and his world.
That's something, and it's kind of a DreamWorks generals. You go for the more difficult stuff to do. I mean, a peacock with all this movement and everything. And
oh yeah,
are you crazy guys or something?
Oh yeah, I guess so. But what's the point of not doing something hard? It's something that people haven't done yet, and also it's exciting to see new things. The peacock was incredibly challenging to make happen, because technically he is incredibly complicated. And he does some pretty crazy things in the movie, but it's just such an exciting thing to have all these people make something that's really new.
I suppose you work on every level of the movie, of course. Which one is the most exciting? Is it working with the actors, working with the animators upstairs, or in the dark room you have over there?
Everything's great, because every department does a specific and amazing thing, and each department is just such a specialist at what they do. So you go to lighting and you just see how beautiful the fur looks and all the colors coming in. You see the actors perform and you just go, wow, they're just bringing something that wasn't there before. It's such an additive process and so collaborative as a group. It's just amazing.
It seems to be a very open franchise. I mean, you could go, of course, going with Po, and then you can go every character in a way. Which way do you think it's going to be?
Going to be in the future?
In the future.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on what the characters ask for.
Characters?
The characters
They talk to you.
Well, everybody on the movie was very, very, very careful to make sure that, do what Po would do in that moment. Everybody's very, very protective of the characters, and so to us, they are quite real.
Excuse me, when you have a problem in the movie, you asking yourself what Po would do now?
What would Po do in that moment? Yeah.
He'd probably get some noodles.
Possibly.